Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be creating our first Mirage GraphQL server. In order to do that we need to scaffold basic application. For this we're going to be using a tool called Vid, very popular right now. So npm create Vid latest. We will name our project Mirage to do because we're going to be creating to do application. And we will need to choose React plus TypeScript. Now we need to navigate to this folder. Say the Mirage to do, and we need to install all dependencies. Also, we will need one more dependency called MirageJS GraphQL. This is the package which should simplify our life a little bit. I will explain more details about it a little bit later. For now, we just need to install it. Now, after everything is installed, we need to open our application in editor. In my case, it's WebStorm. In your case, it can be any other editor. And we need to run application for the first time to see if the scaffolded application is working before we will start to do the actual server. So to do that, we need to go to package.json, and we have dev script. In our case, this is the one we need to start it. In my case, application is available under localhost 5173. So let's go to the browser, 5173, refresh, and application is working. Let's check if we don't have or if we have any errors in the console. No, everything is clear, everything is good. So then we can go back to our editor and start create actual server. So to do that, we will need to create a folder and index.ts file for our mock server. In my case, I'm gonna do it through the console. So we navigate to src because the mock server will be under src folder. Then we will create mock server directory, and then we will create a single file inside of this directory. Now, as you see, everything is created. We need to import function named create server from not Vid, but MirageJS, and we say const mock server equals create server, and we need to provide a config for that. And here we say routes, the function, and here we say this dot post slash GraphQL, whatever post request which will be fired against this GraphQL URL will be handled by this function. And here basically we can write our handler for handling GraphQL requests. But as I said earlier, because we started to use additional library, MirageJS GraphQL, there is already a pre-created handler for us. Create GraphQL handler. And here we just say create GraphQL handler, and to this handler we need to provide server schema and our custom schema. So here we say const schema. It's our GraphQL schema. For now it's empty string, and we need to provide it to our server. We say schema, and we need to also provide schema from the server. This dot schema. And let's add some schema because it will be difficult to test if server is working without schema. So we say type to do because we're building to do application, as we said earlier, to do. Here in my editor, I can explicitly say that it's GraphQL schema, GraphQL. So then I will have syntax highlighting and auto completion. I'm gonna say ID equals ID of GraphQL. It's not nullable. And I will say to do should have a content, which is a string, also not nullable. And I need to provide at least one query to query to do's. Here we say to do's, which is a list of to do. To do. It's not nullable. Yep. What is complaining? Unknown type to do. Okay, we can ignore that for a moment. Basically, the system knows this type. I guess it's some weird settings in my editor. I will debug it later, not to bother you about it. So when we have our mock server, the only thing which is left for us is actually two things. The first thing is to connect it. to our application. To do that, we need to go to main.tsx and import it. Import mock server. Now it's connected to our application. And basically the mock server should work, but we need to test it. So how to do it easily? Because right now we don't have any queries in our application, and we will add them later in the next lessons. So for now, what we can do, and I usually prefer to do it this way, I expose mock server to global variable window.mock server equals mock server. So for now, let's ignore the TS error because it complains that window doesn't have any mock server property, which is okay for us, but we know that it's there. So if we will go to our browser, we can type mock server, and you see auto completion already says that it's there, and mock server is there. And to see if we have, let's say, proper database on the mock server, we say mock server.db.dump. And we will have our to-dos, which is there, but there is nothing because we didn't put anything to our database yet. We will do it in the next lesson. The only thing which is left for us is to go back and maybe let's clean this TypeScript error. I want to keep mock server connected to window for us to easy debug and see what's going on in any weird case. So there is two ways to do it. The first way, what we can do, we can put ts ignore or ts expect error here, but I don't like it. Let's fix it properly. So we can say object.assign window, and then we say mock server. And from that moment, TypeScript is happy and everything should work. Let's go back to the browser and check if we didn't break anything. We say mock server and it's there, and we say db.dump, and everything should work exactly as it was before. Yep, it's working. So now we have everything is in place, mock server is working, everything is there, so we can continue our journey. I'll see you in the next video.